My name is Garrett Smith, and I'm a pastor. And today I want to talk about why sins separate us from God. It's kind of a strange idea. You would think, does God push us away because of things we do? And actually, what the Bible would say, or I think we know inside, is that actually we draw away. What do I mean by that? Well, I remember some years ago when my son was about 4 years old, and every time I would walk in the door, he'd yell, "Dad!" And he'd come and he'd hug me, and he'd be so excited to see me. One day I walked in, and he stayed away. And he kind of barely looked at me, wouldn't really look me in the eye. And I said, "What's going on?" He says, "Nothing." And then I started to go upstairs. He says, "Don't go upstairs, don't go upstairs." And he runs up ahead of me. And when I get to the top of the stairs, he has both hands extended across the doorway to his bedroom. And I thought, what is going on? And I go past him to the bedroom, and he had used his bed like as basically a paint canvas. But that's not what's important. What's interesting is that I hadn't changed when I came home. I wanted nothing but to give him a hug. But because of what he had done, he couldn't look me in the eye. There was distance between us because of what he had done, not what I had done. And I think we all know the sensation. If we do something to someone else, it's hard for us to be in the room with them. It's hard for us to look them in the eye. Or you ever meet up with someone else and they can't look at you, or they're kind of avoiding you? That's what our sin does. It separates us. God doesn't change. That's what you picture in the garden when Adam and Eve disobeyed God, when they didn't trust him and they took the apple. Something happened to them. They felt shame and they covered themselves. And then they were fearful when they heard God's voice, God who loves them and cares for them and provided for them, and suddenly they can't even be near him or want to see him. In his mercy, God actually placed them outside the garden so they wouldn't have to be in the room with him, the one who they couldn't even face and be with. And the whole story of the Bible really is about how God brings us back into the garden, how he's bridged that, how he brings us back to himself despite what we did. He said through Jesus, through our faith in Jesus and believing in him, God reconciles us and brings us back to himself. That's why the Bible says in Jesus and through Jesus, nothing then can separate us from the love of God. That's not the answer as to why we're separated from God because of our sin, but hopefully it's something to think about.